Welcome to the 5 ways to pre-sell a client. So number one, when a client rings into you, you want to make sure they see you already as the trusted advisor, the authority in your field and the subject matter expert. So these are the cues we're going to go through to ensure that on that call or even in that email, you're going to turn it to a phone call so that you can engage and connect more meaningfully and set yourself up so that when you go in or you speak to them in a couple of weeks' time, they already see you as that trusted advisor. If they're going to call up 4 or 5 suppliers, maybe they'll now cut it down to just 2. So these are things that you can do. And what you're listening for is really what they're saying, how they're acting, how they're behaving, what's being said between the lines. So not always what they're saying, but how their body's reacting on the phone. Listen for nuances when you see them on a video conference call. When are they pausing? When are they considering? When are they thinking? When are they working out if you're the right solution from them? So we need to be highly attuned to those 10 things we just went through to make sure that you are present and you're listening to understand, not listening to talk, and you can read those cues given off and you know what they mean. And that's the key, right? Knowing what they... So 5 ways to be in charge of your mindset. First of all, we need to recognize where our mindset is at. So those things we went through, a quick recap. We're talking about how we set ourselves up for the day in terms of our infrastructure before we've even turned up for work. And then these 3 things as a reminder: music, gratitude, and laughter, how you can change your state. Remember, the client is buying into the state that you're in. So are you in a proactive, happy state, internally excited to help them? Or are you in a, oh, here's another client sort of state, and they're one of many that you're getting through and you're filling fields on your CRM and not really connecting, not really present. So it makes a huge difference. Remember what we said earlier, there's no such thing as private thoughts. Whatever you're thinking, you are projecting onto the client. So ensure that you're completely sold in your solution, the features, the benefits, the differences between what you offer and all the other suppliers. Because when you're there in front of the client, they need to see confidence and certainty. You're on the front foot looking to see how you can help them. Now, let's go through the other 10 ways in which you can ensure you're looking after your state and making sure the client sees the best version of you. First of all, and that's often why that objection comes up, because first of all, it's in our heads, it's our perception. So make sure you've done those 5 things, and then you act quite differently in front of the clients, and you can ask those investigative questions to ensure you truly understand their needs, wants, and desires. You truly understand if it's a real objection. If it is, you're leaning in, you're answering it, you're understanding it. Thank goodness that client's speaking up. If it's a false objection, we go through those 5 things we just went through, which is really understanding why would they fit. And remember, many people don't like to say objections. You're going to get a lot of ghosting when they say, yes, everything's fine. So everything about being a masterful sales professional is reading the signals. Are we cranking up with our warmth and not high enough with our competence? Meaning we're so warm, they like us, but they don't do business with us. Or do they see us as highly competent, reliable, trustworthy, that they want to do business with us? Both of those have a different energy, which in turn means that they might be comfortable or not comfortable to share what objections they have. Let's break that down into 10 things. So the first thing, and then during that presentation, are you making sure you're relating to each person in the room? Are you making it all about them and not about you? So look at that list of 10. It's a checklist, right, to ensure that you're prepared and organized. Because when you're prepared and organized, you can be present. You can see what's happening. And then you can think about how you project that message, how to get buy-in to that message, how to make sure that they've understood what you've said. And of course, at all times, it's relevant to what they need to solve their problem. This is when you're also bringing up that we talked about being the trusted advisor, showing your expertise, which means you're going to be a problem finder. All those questions we went through to ensure that you're uncovering things that they know about and also things they don't know about, and how you do that in a way that makes them feel good, that you're absolutely partnering and collaborating. You're not selling out and persuading. That's very old school. This is about understanding, listening, and about adding value. Now, remember, in previous lessons, we talked about the 5 ways that you can add value to make sure you're front of mind. So let's kick off with those different areas we talked about in presenting. Area number 1, we're going to talk